Could come soon in the deadly stabbing of a Good Samaritan in Chicago's Edgewater neighborhood. There's new conflicting information about a deadly shooting involving police outside a bar in Irving Park. And with the election just around the corner, sparks fly as the 9 candidates for mayor, Chicago mayor, face off again. It's Friday, February 10th.
Live from Chicago's #1 news, ABC 7 Eyewitness News at 7 starts streaming now.
Good morning, I'm Val Warner.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Terrell Brown. It's good to see you this morning, Val. How you doing?
It's good to see you. You got off your car, you're back in your seat, you're having fun out there.
Oh no, I didn't get it. I'm not back in the seat yet. I got my baby right here.
Oh,
I'm just, wiping her down,
Listen, great sock choice today. We were able to see that when you were in your...
I forgot all about that.
I'm checking you out. Oh, you've been at the McCormick Place celebrating the return of the Chicago Auto Show. It really is something to see, isn't it?
It really is, and it's amazing to see how it's all set up. I was out here sort of in that pandemic shortened show. We had everything in one hall, and we had a bunch of the show outside. It's awesome to have it all back in the building, spread out across 2 halls, massive halls, by the way. I haven't even seen where Roz has been over on the other side. So we're going to check that out throughout this hour and throughout the rest of the day today. Val, I know you got a whole lot that you're working on too at the auto show tonight and tomorrow. So we'll chat about it all, and we'll be here. First, though, I want to get you the weather forecast, let you know what's going on before you head out the door. Tracy, a really nice day coming up today and the weekend, Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, and Terrell, I sure hope you bought that car, that you're not just leasing it, because that's very valuable.
This is absolutely my new sweetie right here.
As it should be. Well, good morning. Well, we have a sweet forecast for you. The sun coming up, reflecting off of the buildings already. Temperatures are dropping a little bit around the area. We have 28 in Woodstock, 32 out at O'Hare, 36 degrees right now in Gary. The weekend doesn't look bad at all. But Diane, what about things on the roads and rails?
No, everything looks so good. It's nice and light on this Friday morning. I'm not saying there's no traffic, but very light traffic. And that is some good news compared to yesterday. My goodness, that dry pavement really helping things along. So we are seeing typical pockets of traffic as we usually do this time in the morning. Chopper 7 HD over the Kennedy. So you look at the inbound traffic, that's to the right, the express lane's right there in the middle, the outbound traffic to the left. This is right around Addison. You can see there are some pockets of delays. Again, pretty typical for this time in the morning, but it's less than a 40-minute drive coming in from the big airport. Take advantage of those express lanes, running you a couple of minutes faster. So good news there. Val?
All right. Thank you, Diane. Chicago police have a suspect in custody and charges are pending in the stabbing death of a Good Samaritan. We're told the victim was trying to stop an attack on the city's north side. Jessica D'Onofrio joins us live now from Edgewater with more on this. Jess.
Val, police tell us charges could come sometime this morning. This after a woman was taken into custody yesterday. Now, she's suspected of stabbing a man to death. Police say he was trying to break up a violent argument between 2 people on the sidewalk near Foster and Sheridan at around 11:40 p.m. Wednesday night. Police say one of the women involved in the argument took out a knife and stabbed the man who tried to intervene in the chest. Yesterday, a SWAT team went inside the Wyndham Apartments nearby looking for the suspect. Neighbors say they were focusing on a woman who lives inside. T. Marcus says he's had many run-ins with that woman.
And then just as the time progressed, she would leave notes and stuff like that on my door, calling me names and things like that.
Back here live, neighbors say that the victim lived next door and was known as a nice person. His identity has not yet been released. Val, back to you.
All right, Jess, thank you. Right now, there are new questions about the investigation into a police-involved shooting that happened earlier this week. It left a man dead on Chicago's north side. Mayor Kawash joins us live from CPD headquarters with more. Mayor.
Val, good morning. These new details from the COPA investigation are contradicting from what Chicago police originally said following that shooting. It looks like that gunfire may not have actually been exchanged as they continue to investigate that. This shooting happening Wednesday in the Irving Park neighborhood, right near the 3700 block of Troy. That's near Grace Street. Chicago police originally were called to that scene after a bouncer from a bar in that area said the man pointed a gun at him. The bouncer says the man appeared to be causing a disturbance outside the bar. After officers got to the scene and found that man, COPA says 2 officers chased him and ordered him to get on the ground. That's when the man then ran into an alleyway and fell. COPA says after the man began to get up, officers shot him multiple times and he died on the scene. COPA releasing a statement saying in part, COPA can confirm a weapon was recovered at the scene and body-worn camera video captures the initial interaction as well as the subsequent shooting. But it is unclear, nor has it been determined by COPA, if the individual discharged his weapon at police. So COPA will continue to investigate that to find out if there was actually an exchange of gunfire. In the meantime, they're asking any residents in that Irving Park neighborhood to look at their surveillance ring cameras to see if there's anything that might help this investigation. Val?
All right, Mayor, thank you. New this morning, the man who was shot by a cop in Aurora is now facing several charges. They include attempted murder and aggravated assault. Our news partners at the Daily Herald report prosecutors charge Christopher Cross on Wednesday. Officials say Cross was threatening them and others with knives on Sunday. He was critically hurt and police have not given an update on his condition. The shooting is still under investigation.
A series of rescues in Turkey today, including a newborn baby and his mother. Emergency crews call this miraculous. Several others have been pulled from the rubble 4 days since that massive earthquake that is now blamed. And just a staggering number, more than 22,000 deaths. So far, the U.S. government has pledged $85 million in earthquake relief. Two developments from D.C. this morning. Former Vice President Mike Pence has been served a subpoena. Sources tell ABC News the subpoena is related to the special counsel's investigation into the alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election. ABC's Faith Abube is watching this all live from Washington this morning. Faith, good morning.
The Mike Pence subpoena comes after months of negotiations between federal prosecutors and attorneys representing the former vice president. This morning, new signs that the sweeping investigation into the role former President Donald Trump and his allies played in the January 6th Capitol attack is now intensifying.
And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Special counsel Jack Smith, appointed by the Attorney General just last November to oversee the January 6th probe, wants former Vice President Mike Pence to testify under oath. Multiple sources telling ABC News that after months of negotiating with the former vice president's attorneys, Smith has issued a subpoena to compel Pence's testimony. Former U.S. Attorney Barbara McQuaid on MSNBC.
And so I think the things that Donald Trump said to Mike Pence that could reveal whether he knew he had actually lost the election and that what he was doing was an improper effort to retain office.
Pence faced enormous pressure from Trump and his allies to overturn the 2020 election results.
I hope Mike is going to do the right thing. I hope so.
A mob of Trump supporters later storming the U.S. Capitol after Pence made it clear he would certify the election tally for Joe Biden. In a November interview with ABC News, Pence called Trump's words on January 6th reckless.
The president's words that day at the rally endangered me and my family and everyone at the Capitol building.
But it's still unclear whether the former vice president will comply with the special counsel's subpoena.
It's a big deal in the sense that it's part of the Justice Department and more specifically special counsel Jack Smith's promise to overturn every stone.
And a spokesperson for Pence did not immediately respond to an ABC News request for comment, and the special counsel's office declined to speak on the matter. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
It was another night at the podium for Chicago's mayoral candidates. All 9 of them were on stage last night in a forum that got pretty heated at times. 2 of the biggest topics, crime and education. ABC's Liz Nagy has more from the latest meeting of the mayoral candidates.
All 9 contenders to become Chicago's next mayor will have to walk into City Hall with answers on tackling violent crime.
People across neighborhoods in Chicago say that it hasn't been this bad in decades, and I think they're right.
But perspective on a solution is split. Some favor a police-based approach.
We have a plan that puts up to 50% more officers in the communities, all communities, day one.
We'll take the handcuffs off the police officer, put them on the truck, and we'll take and redo this whole situation.
I believe that if you replace the current superintendent, if you return them to a normal schedule, if they know they're going to have the right support, I believe you will be able to slow the exodus of officers.
Others argue stopping youth-led carjackings and violent crime on Chicago transit starts with adding value to deprived communities.
if we have a department full of social workers that are responding to the 40% of mental health calls. It makes sense.
If you don't invest in young people, this will continue to happen. So we have to do the work to make sure we're working with the manufacturers and working with the detectives so we can solve these crimes, but let's start at the root and go from there.
Funding or defunding of the Chicago Police Department turned into a spat between Mayor Lightfoot and self-proclaimed progressive candidate Brandon Johnson.
His goal is to destroy our police department.
My public safety plan that I just released, we spend money on hiring rank and file members to become detectives, to actually free up law enforcement to actually solve crime.
With public safety as the biggest hurdle.
That's why I've put forth a budget plan, the only person to do that, where we actually eliminate the debt while increasing our critical investments. And we do all of that without raising property taxes.
Bringing business to Chicago, especially a downtown left depleted by a pandemic, will be crucial for the next administration.
We need to really focus on each of the 77 communities. Each one should be sustainable. They all should have their own grocery stores. They should all have their own theaters and entertainment districts.
I live in a community that has one of the most successful neighborhood shopping strips in the city, that little village, 26th Street.
What we have done is invested over $100 million in our small businesses to keep them open, keep their employees employed, and make sure that that money is recirculating in communities.
As he's picked up points in recent polls, Paul Vallis took the brunt of the attacks, including outside the debate. A small coalition of protesters lined up here on the sidewalk, protesting Vallis's stance on abortion, LGBTQ issues, and education. In the Loop, Liz Nagy, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
And just so you know, early voting expands to more locations in Chicago on Monday, and we've got more information on all that if you need it on our website, abc7chicago.com. We are one step closer to seeing a temporary casino in Chicago's River North. The Illinois Gaming Board has voted to approve a supplier license for the temporary gambling site at the historic Medina Temple. It would be open until the permanent Bally's Casino opens in River West. It's expected to be up and running in 2026.
Happening today, the city of Aurora will remember civic icon Fred Rogers. A visitation will be held at 3 this afternoon. His funeral is at 6 o'clock tonight. Both memorials will take place at the Cathedral of Grace St. John AME Church that is in Aurora. Rogers died last month at the age of 77.
Also today, it is the 16th anniversary of Barack Obama announcing his run for president of the United States. The announcement happened on February 10th, 2007, on the steps of the old state capitol in Springfield. Last year, a historical marker was dedicated to commemorate that historic moment.
Wow, he's all gray now. He looks completely different.
It's amazing to think that that's been almost 20 years.
Right. Right. And I mean, we know all it happened right here when, he got the nomination. Wow. Okay, so T, the Chicago Auto Show opens to the public tomorrow.
There is a lot of talk, Val, as you know, about electric cars at the show. So we're going to tell you how you can check out that new technology that's coming up a little bit later on. We're going to move. We'll see you back upstairs when we're back in just a little bit. We'll be right back.
All right, get right there. Your live and local news is just getting started as we stream out loud this morning. Coming up, Tracy's got your AccuWeather forecast. You're going to want to stick around for that. It is looking good. She's tracking some warm up for the weekend.
Hi, I'm Jason Knowles. The new rules this tax season that could get you more money back on your tax return, plus the changes that could cost you. That's coming up.
Good morning, everybody. Look at this gorgeous sky we see this morning. Beautiful clear sky over Chicago. The rays of the sun kind of reflecting off the buildings just a wee bit. Well, we will get the rays of the sun throughout the weekend. Tomorrow, I'm calling it a fabulous February day. Although, I don't want to mislead you, we're still going to have some kind of breezy conditions here tomorrow. So we may have wind chills in the upper 30s, but even wind chills in the upper 30s are above what the average high temperature is for this time of the year. Super Sunday, if you have a Super Bowl party you are going to on Sunday, weather is not going to be a problem. And then into early Monday, it will be dry, it will be mild if you're staying home day after Super Bowl, which Diane has a little tickle in her throat. Skies are cloudy out there right now. Currently at O'Hare, it is 32 degrees and mostly sunny skies. Now, Diane, you said your dad told you, hey, come on over, we're gonna do a Super Bowl party.
Called me from Florida and said, don't make plans for Sunday. We're gonna have wings and pizza. And I said, only if you have beer will I come over. No, of course not. Of course we're coming over to my dad's because he is very excited about the Super Bowl, you guys. So yes, I know, they're just the best. I'm gonna bring beer, although he and my husband like to drink whiskey together, but I am gonna bring beer. Okay, let's talk about the traffic, shall we? By the way, go Chiefs. Look at this. I know I said that because Val is not rooting for the Chiefs, so I was like, why not? Why not? We've got usual traffic delays, nothing outstanding out there that's going to slow you down. For example, on the Kennedy coming in right around 40 minutes. It's really not that bad. Lighter than normal traffic on a Friday, and any traffic we are seeing in the usual spots. Couple of incidents for you that we are watching. This is a pretty odd delay. It's northbound on I-55 right at the Tri-State. There is a crash there. It's in the lane of traffic, and folks are definitely stopping to get around it. So a little bit of a delay there. Out in Burr Ridge, Route 83 and Frontage Road, we do have a crash there as well, causing some pretty significant delays. In both those cases, we do have emergency equipment there. Not clear on the extent of injuries. Once we find that out, of course, I'll deliver that to you. But overall, tollways look excellent too. Val?
People are working from home, Diane. Thank you. The I-Team alert this morning is about your upcoming tax returns. There are several changes this year that could reduce or maybe even increase your refund. In addition, the IRS is asking millions of taxpayers to hold off on filing their taxes. Consumer investigator Jason Knowles with what you need to know before you file.
Pandemic tax advantages have gone away, but there are inflation benefits to increase your refund. There's also an alert about your tax return. Illinois is one of 19 states that offered inflation relief refunds for taxpayers. The IRS says they aren't certain about the taxability of those payments from last year, so they want taxpayers to hold off filing returns until the IRS offers clear instructions. And you may get a break on your return. Inflation impacted the standard deduction this year, which jumped.
The standard deduction actually has doubled in the last couple of years.
And while inflation hurt your pocketbook, it may help you this tax season.
When it comes to your tax brackets, the numbers have increased because of inflation. So someone may qualify for a lower tax bracket based off of their income. So that's a big advantage.
And if you qualify, mileage benefits have increased.
This is really for a lot of people, anyone using their cars for work, Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, delivery drivers.
That's correct. That's for people who are self-employed. The commuting expenses are still not deductible, but even if you have a side gig, whether it's Lyft or Uber or just doing anything on the side, those mileage amounts are deductible.
There's also good news for educators. Expenses for teachers have increased to $300 per taxpayer. Unfortunately, not all of the tax news is good. Your refund could be smaller if you file a child tax credit.
The child tax credit, $3,600 per child, now to $2,000.
And there are fewer tax breaks for the unemployed.
We know that many people received tax breaks in the past. That's no longer the case this year. So you will have to pay the full amount of taxes on your unemployment.
But there's also another benefit when filing. Contributions to your IRA have increased to $6,000, and you have until April 18th of this year to do it. Remember to file electronically to get your refund faster and use direct deposit. Always double check the account information. Jason Knowles, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
And thank you. Still to come this morning, opening weekend at the Chicago Auto Show. Terrell and Roz will be joining us with what we can expect at McCormick Place starting Saturday.
Eyewitness News, streaming at 7, continues after a break.
Des Plaines residents will have a new tasty option in town with a south of the border flair. La Marina Mexican Seafood Restaurant is expected to be open on Algonquin Road next month. Owner Maria Ayala lives in Des Plaines and is thrilled to be bringing her cuisine to her hometown. La Marina will be open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Ooh, I wonder if she's going to have chilaquiles on the menu.
Ooh, that sounds good. A little huevos rancheros.
Oh, now we're talking our love language, T. Another language that we love is new cars as well. And you are out at McCormick Place, and everything's just so shiny and pretty, very tempting.
And that new car smell that's in the room, everything's so sleek and beautiful. So yeah, we got that. Jim O'Brill's here. He's the marketing director for the auto show. He's going to talk to us about how to connect with the auto show online. We'll talk to him in just a little bit. In the meantime, we'll get an update from Tanya here in just a little bit.
Why do they care so much about this New Mexican place?
I don't know.
Who is that woman? Is she famous?
I don't know.
Some celebrity chef?
I think her press release just...
Now, an update from ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Good morning. It is 7:23. I'm Tanya Babich. Chicago police say charges are pending against a woman who's being held in the stabbing death of a man on the city's north side. Police say the victim was trying to break up a violent argument between three people late Wednesday night near Foster and Sheridan. We're told one of those people, a woman, stabbed the man. The victim has yet to be identified. We'll bring you updates both on the air and online. Let's get a check of our ABC 7 AccuWeather forecast. Here's meteorologist Tracy Butler.
Hi there, Tanya. Good morning, everybody. And it is a pretty good weather morning. I've been watching our temperatures drop off. Our high today will go down in the books as 37 degrees. I don't think we get back up to that. 32 at O'Hare now, 33 at Midway, 36 in Gary, Woodstock, DeKalb, both at 29. I still think we may drop a couple more degrees here this morning. As for wind chills, some of them are in the lower end of the 20s around the area this morning. Now this afternoon, our temperatures will just kind of be steady in the low to mid 30s, but we get to see that sun. The weekend, we get to see that sun. Tomorrow's going to be kind of breezy around here, but overall, fabulous February day. We take a break. Diane after this.
Now's the time for a healthy start. So let's move. Let's rest and recharge. And put our health first. Let's be well. To do that, let's eat well. Breathe deep. Find joy in the little moments. And do what we love with who we love. Together, let's live well. Advocate Aurora Health.
Welcome back, everybody. Pretty lighter than normal traffic. Any traffic we are seeing build, it's building in the usual locations this morning. To give you an idea of how busy it is, inbound on the Kennedy, about 45 minutes now. There are a couple of incidents, though, that are causing some problems. We start northbound on I-55, right around the Tri-State. There is a crash there. It is in the lane of traffic, and we do have state police on the scene, so folks are stopping to take a look at that, and because of that, causing a delay approaching that crash scene. Northbound on the Bishop Ford near 111th, we also have a crash there. IDOT is with it, as is state police, but it doesn't look like it's causing a huge traffic delay. Folks, again, just pausing as they drive past it, but no other major problems on any of the expressways and tollways. Have a good morning.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Time now 7:27. Look at that sun peeking through the building as we look at the river. It's going to be a beautiful weekend weather-wise, and considering it is February. Well, the Lakers have given LeBron James the full pregame ceremony treatment for becoming the NBA's all-time leading scorer. LeBron addressed the crowd last night in a suit instead of his uniform since he wasn't going to play against the Bucks. He thanked his family and Lakers legend Kobe Bryant for helping inspire his dreams. Well, the ceremony came hours after someone paid more than $5.8 million for a signed Kobe Bryant jersey. Sotheby's says it was worn by Kobe Bryant during his MVP season, which was back in 2007-2008. That's when Kobe led his team to the NBA Finals. It is the second most expensive basketball jersey ever sold. And I'm guessing the most expensive basketball jersey to ever be sold and auctioned off would be Michael Jordan's. T, do you think that's a good guess?
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, it's got to be right.
I think I know who bought that jersey, Kobe's jersey.
Who?
You.
No. I got my own little Kobe Warner. It's as close as we're getting to Kobe anything.
Oh, man.
So how's it going?
I always wonder when we do stories like that, who has that kind of cash to spend it on stuff like that? So I can hit them up and ask them for a few bucks every once in a while. But no, I mean, awesome. And I think you nailed it. I think number one goes to probably Michael Jordan somewhere.
I'm so sure. It has to be. Yeah. I mean, who else would spend that kind of money, right? For who?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, you are out there having some fun at the Chicago Auto Show, huh?
Yep, at the Chicago Auto Show, and we got a whole lot more coming up. And I mean, as you know, Val, it's all day today, and then it's out through the weekend when the show opens tomorrow. And coming up here in just a little bit, we're talking social media activations and giveaways for everybody who comes on down to the Auto Show this year, how you can engage online, get some of your questions answered. You can do it right on your phone. We're going to talk about that coming up.
You're watching ABC 7 Eyewitness News at 7, streaming live now.
Now it's 7:30, taking a look at the morning's top stories. Charges could come soon in a deadly stabbing in Chicago's Edgewater neighborhood. A man trying to stop a fight was killed. A woman is in custody. The Civilian Office of Police Accountability says it is not clear if the man who was killed by Chicago police earlier this week in Irving Park ever fired a weapon. And visitation is today in Aurora for Fred Rogers, a civic leader and mentor to many who recently passed away. The community is coming together today at 3 to remember his life and his legacy. And we want to say good morning and happy Friday and welcome back. I'm Val Warner.
Yep, Friday. Hey, everybody. I'm Terrell Brown, live at McCormick Place. Countdown to the return of the Chicago Auto Show. It opens tomorrow. Got so much coming up in the rest of this half hour. Before we get to that, though, I want to get to weather and want to go outside, see how we're looking right now. And not bad. I'm actually looking at sunshine coming through the windows of McCormick Place right now. We'll take it. And
Nice.
we got 40s in February. We'll take that too, Tracy.
Yeah, Terrell, I was going to ask you if you were able to see outdoors at all, because the sunrise has been beautiful coming up over the lake this morning. Well, right now, there's that beautiful blue sky that we are seeing overhead. 31 in Waukegan, 36 in Gary, 34 in Joliet. We do have some 29s in DeKalb and Woodstock. And our high temperature today, 37 degrees. We hit that much earlier this morning. I don't think we're going to get back up to that number today. But you know what? Even still, we'll have lots of sunshine, precipitation free today, as well as throughout the weekend. I mean, we are looking at really good conditions, great conditions here tomorrow. A little bit breezy, so it may not feel like it's 42 degrees, but all in all, things are going to be quiet. Quiet on the roads, Diane?
Yeah, you know, compared to yesterday, for example, dry pavement out there today, light traffic. We are seeing the usual delays and some problems out there, but it's really not that bad. So I want to start things off with this delay because this one is pretty significant, actually. It's northbound on I-55. It's approaching the tri-state, so the crash is in the lane of traffic, and we do have state police on the scene there. So because of that, folks are stopping to make their way around this crash scene. It does involve a couple of vehicles, so again, that's what's slowing down things there. And then northbound on the Bishop Ford, this really isn't causing any delays. It's a crash right near 111th, but IDOT is with it, and I think they're going to get this thing out of the way fairly quickly, so no major problems there. One crash for you in the suburbs, North Avenue just west of County Farm Road. Val?
Diane, right now we're going to go back out live to North America's largest auto show, and guess what? You're invited.
You sure are. Come on out here. Opens to the public tomorrow. I'm actually out here now talking to Jim, the marketing director for the Chicago Auto Show. It's good to see you. Nice to talk to you.
Nice to see you again.
You were telling me just now, follow the Chicago Auto Show on social media.
Absolutely. We're active on all platforms. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We even started a TikTok account because you got to stay up with the trends.
Yeah, you know.
So we are active, and it's a great way for people to communicate directly with us. We've got a small but mighty team that is responding to all the comments and questions, and they're rolling in constantly. I was sitting here right on my phone right now as I'm answering some questions that people are reaching out to us.
Answering questions and answering questions.
There you go, right?
Yeah, I mean, what kind of questions are you getting?
Anything and everything. We've had a lot of questions of people. You know, the show's been different the last couple of years, so things have changed every year. So they're wanting to know, you know, what's new this year. Can you buy tickets at the box office? The answer is yes. We do have a box office open again. It's not just online. People are asking if the Illinois Secretary of State's here so they can renew their driver's license. Yes, they are here. Wow. So that's always a great little bonus that people forget. The lines are a lot less than going to the facilities out in the suburbs. People, you know, buy their tickets. They want to know what time it opens and all these things. What cars are here? It's funny when we get in some conversations with people and they want to know more specifics on the actual vehicles. We know a lot, but there's some points where it's like, you might want to contact Toyota for that one.
Or just come to the auto
or come
show.
Down here and talk to somebody. Yeah, exactly, exactly.
First Look coming up tonight, always a big event, always does a ton for charity.
Yes.
I did not know this. You can actually buy a ticket. Anybody can buy a ticket and then come to First Look.
Absolutely. Those tickets are available to anyone. It seems exclusive. It's not exclusive. Yeah. It's just a great way to see the show, get dressed up, and come on out. And the money's it goes to charities. 18 different charities in Chicagoland, which is such a great cause. They're $275. If you still want to come to that tonight, you can buy tickets at the door. Just make sure you've got your fancy clothes to wear.
There you go. That's right. You better come dressed for the occasion if you're going to do it. So tickets are still available for that now. You can get on that.
Yeah, you can.
Other social media activations that are going on. What's that about?
So there's a lot of things on social that we have to offer. You know, it's fun because we showed a lot of behind the scenes content of the show being built that people don't get to see. When you come, you see it looking all pretty. On social media, you could see all the build up stuff.
And that's really cool.
And that is fun to kind of see. So you can scroll through our feeds and see some of that. And then we've got a lot of contests and giveaways. I think the biggest one is, I don't know if you made your way into the North Hall to see the Wintrust Supercar Gallery.
Ooh.
We've got a $2.8 million Lamborghini Countach back there. Ooh. Among the Bentleys, Rolls Royces, Aston Martins, all the big premium cars. They're fenced off with a glass, but we have contests where you can win access to go behind the glass and see those cars up close. And that's a Wintrust hashtag Supercar Sweeps to get access to that. So the only way to get that access to that is to follow us on social media, use that hashtag, and we're granting people access to that every day. That's awesome. So lots of cool giveaways like that.
I thought you were going to say you get on social media, you could actually win one of the cars in that gallery. I was like, well, wait a minute, let me get on Instagram right now.
Not quite that, but not everyone has a chance to get up close to that kind of car, and that's what's kind of cool about activations like that. So we're thankful to have that opportunity for people.
Really nice talking to you, Jim.
Likewise.
Appreciate the work that you're doing. All kinds of really cool stuff that you can do on social media with the Chicago Auto Show. Have a good day and good luck over the next couple of days. I know it's going to be busy. And by the way, we've got Roz out here who has a guest with some insights on some new trends that we're seeing out here this year. Roz, what's going on?
Hey guys, this is the second media preview day here at the Chicago Auto Show. You know what that means. We've had some time to scope things out and see the best of the best of. I want to introduce you to Aaron Bragman from Cars.com, the Detroit Bureau Chief, to talk about the Cars.com pickup of the year.
Yeah, this is the 2023 Ford Maverick. It's the second year in a row that we've chosen this as our best pickup. It's won our Best Pickup of 2023 award, and we think it really is just a fantastic package. The value it represents, the fuel economy, the size efficiency, all of it really just does create a really great package for a pickup truck owner.
I couldn't believe it when you told me base sticker was like $24,000.
Yeah, 24 grand or so, and that's for a hybrid, a standard hybrid engine, which will get you, and we've seen actually upwards of 55 miles per gallon on highway driving, which is just kind of nuts when you consider exactly what this thing is.
Speaking of hybrids, a lot of people have said, yeah, this year's auto show is like the electric auto show. Talk about that for me.
We're seeing in 2023 a lot of new electric vehicles arriving, and that's not necessarily new, but they're arriving in segments that people want to buy vehicles in. Crossovers, SUVs, pickup trucks. These, I think, are really going to be key areas that really get people interested in electric vehicles finally, after years of them just being expensive luxury cars.
And speaking of what people are interested in, this is such a consumer-friendly show. Expand on that for me.
Well, this is one of the largest shows in the world, and in terms of consumers, this is really one of the more important ones. You've got a lot of brands with a lot of vehicles under one roof, so it's a really great opportunity for families to come down, put them all in one vehicle you might be looking at, and if they don't fit in that one, put them all in another vehicle right next to it. It also lets you have some opportunity to maybe discover some vehicles that you might not otherwise have considered because it's right there.
Aaron, thank you so much for joining us. There is a lot to discover here at the Auto Show. I don't know, 2 preview days may not be enough, so I got some walking to do. We'll see you guys later. Take care.
All right, Roz.
All right, Roz.
Both of you guys are going to be getting your steps in, that's for sure.
You ain't lying about that. I mean, it is a huge setup out here. And I know you're going to be out here, Val, talking all about it tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. It's our live 1-hour special from the 2023 Chicago Auto Show. JR, Ryan, Tracy, Roz, Val are all going to be out here. You can see that special stream live exclusively right here where you're watching this newscast right now. ABC7Chicago.com and on our connected TV apps, Val.
All right, T. When we come back, Rihanna gives us a peek into her Super Bowl halftime show.
Well, hi there on this Friday, and we're starting to see our temperatures fall a little bit this morning. Much earlier this morning, we were at 37 degrees out at O'Hare, and you can see that temperature has dropped to 32 degrees. It's 32 right now in Oak Park. Highland Park at 30, Waukegan right now at 31, Glenview at 31, Algonquin right now at 30 degrees. It is 30 in Elburn, 31 degrees right now in Glen Ellen, 32 degrees in Frankfort, and 35 currently in Valparaiso. Today, we are anticipating that those temperatures are just going to be steady in the low to mid 30s. Tomorrow, we see high temperatures up into the 40s. A good looking day, lots of sunshine. In fact, lots of sunshine throughout the weekend. Tomorrow's highs in the 40s may not feel that way entirely. We will have some breezy conditions out of the northwest much of the day tomorrow. So we'll probably have wind chills tomorrow in the 30s much of the day. Sunday looks super with sunshine. We'll say highs near 50 here on Sunday. What are you saying about the traffic conditions this morning, Diane?
It is getting a bit heavier out there on the expressways and even some delays on the tollways right now. It's been really quiet, and now all of a sudden we're seeing traffic go up in travel times. Let's tell you about a couple of incidents, though, that are slowing you down. On the Dan Ryan, IDOT just called this out. It's inbound near 31st in the express lanes. We've got a vehicle with a flat tire, and it's in the lane of traffic. So folks are going to have to stop and get around that. IDOT is with it. They should get this thing out of the way fairly quickly. They move really fast. And this one is still causing a significant delay. It's northbound I-55 between County Line Road and the Tri-State. It was in the lane of traffic, might be on the shoulder now, but people are still stopping to take a look. So there's still a pretty big delay approaching that scene. And then a very serious crash in Auburn Gresham at 87th and Damon. Sounds like 3 vehicles involved with injuries. So obviously the ambulances are there. We're not sure how many people are injured, but causing a very significant delay in that intersection. Val?
All right, Diane, get on over here. Rihanna getting ready to work it at the Super Bowl Sunday. In a moderated discussion yesterday about her halftime show, she didn't reveal much about what we will see, but did say it'll have representation.
Representing for immigrants, representing for my country, Barbados, representing for Black women everywhere.
Sunday's main event will be Rihanna's first live event in 7 years. She said the hardest part about the performance was distilling her 17-year career into 13 minutes. Wow. I can't believe that she hasn't performed in 7 years. I guess I didn't realize that.
She had a baby, right?
She did. She did just have a baby.
She had a baby, and she was
but the baby's like brand new. What was she doing those other 7 years?
Yeah, right. Where you been?
Right.
Oh, well, are you looking forward to the halftime show?
You know, I really am. And the fact that she included immigrants in that, I'm so happy about that.
I know. And she does. She does have quite the catalog that we're going to have to squeeze it all in. I'm looking forward to the commercials. But you know what? This is the first year I'm actually looking forward to the game.
Because you're going to share it with your son.
Yes, I think that's why it is, Tracy. Yeah, because Max just started, you may not know this, but Max just started playing football this year. So now football in my house, for me, has a different, trust me, dated football players, watched football players, you know what I mean, I'm very familiar with football, but it's different when my boy is playing football. And now he gets to tell me things about the game.
Okay.
Yeah, what they're doing.
Okay.
It's fun. So anyway, that is cool. And speaking of the Super Bowl, John Travolta getting back to his 70s roots for the big game. He is starring in a new commercial. Oh, good. Here's a preview.
Internet with a pain in the... Hey, neighbor! Try T-Mobile. It sets up so fast. It's like Wi-Fi that runs on 5G. Home internet from T-Mobile? Wait till you see.
Oh, I love it.
My God.
I love it already. Bring on these commercials. That's another, come on now. We're watching for the commercials. Don't go eating during the commercials.
He looks so good, doesn't he?
Now, do you like him bald?
I do. But I'm pro bald.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the minority. Usually people like hair, but what do you think, Trace?
I'm just thinking, I have tears in my eyes seeing this. I wish so much Olivia Newton-John could be part of this whole thing. But I love the movie Grease so much, and I just love this.
Oh, this is so fun.
Oh.
He's still got the pipes.
Clearly.
Tell me
Sing it, ladies.
We need our jackets.
I am being serenaded. Okay, it's an early Valentine's Day gift. Thank you. See what you're missing, Terrell? I mean, you got the cool stuff there, but you don't get to get serenaded.
You
in
don't
the
get
morning
grease lightning like we do.
I know. I'll tell you guys, I don't know if you guys knew this, but I played one of the T-Birds in Greece in high school.
Oh!
Grease, lightning, go, go. Oh, I was getting it.
Goodness. Do that again. I like that. Yeah.
Is there any video?
Yes. Bite that lip.
Live out at the Chicago Auto Show. It opens up tomorrow. And the countdown is on to Valentine's too, by the way. Guys, don't forget, and I keep forgetting. And we got to look ahead to your Valentine's Day budget, how not to break the bank. We'll talk about that all coming up next. So Valentine's Day is just around the corner, but what is it going to cost you? That's the question this year. With inflation and consumer prices still high, Americans are expected to spend about $2 billion more this year on Valentine's Day than last year. ABC's M. Nguyen talked to a relationship expert who shares some tips on how to spend less this holiday. Be careful with that, while still making the day special.
Many couples won't be loving the higher costs of Valentine's Day this year. As consumer prices remain high, so are the cost of dates this week. The National Retail Federation says consumers are expected to pay an average of $193 this Valentine's Day, up from $175 last year. The association saying Americans are expected to spend a staggering $26 billion on the holiday, up from around $24 billion in 2022.
There are a lot of couples that are under financial pressure thinking, oh my gosh, now I have to go out and buy flowers and candy and a gift.
Some of those gifts costing more, according to the finance site The Balance, which found the cost of silver up 4.6% from last year and chocolate up 11.6%. Relationship expert Bella Gandhi says inflation is on the minds of many this Valentine's.
Infladating means dating while keeping inflation in mind and keeping your dollars close to chest, being conscious of how you're dating.
Gandhi says while dating during inflation can bring anxiety, the key isn't to date less, but to be more creative on how to spend less.
You don't have to go big or go home for Valentine's Day and spend hundreds of dollars. Be thoughtful. You are with this person and you know them. You know what makes them take.
Gandhi's top tips for both first dates and long-term couples. Have a cooking night or a romantic date at home. Hold virtual dates. Take a hike or have a picnic. Go out the weekend after Valentine's so chocolates and flowers are cheaper. And create thoughtful gifts such as photo books and handwritten cards rather than buying expensive products.
If you're worried about not having enough to spend on someone for Valentine's Day, every good relationship begins with open and transparent communication. And the right partner will understand where you're at and be empathic with it. And they'll love you even more for your honesty.
M. Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
I think those are actually some really good tips and advice.
I have to tell you, I'm asking for something very extravagant this year.
Oh, you are?
And I'm not a Valentine's Day person. I need to set that up.
Okay.
But I'm asking for something huge. Ready?
Like?
Eggs.
We go, you know what? Tell your husband to get right on over there to Costco and spend $26, and he'll get you 70 count eggs if you want.
Yep, 7 dozen or something.
What was it? Yeah, because we went the same weekend.
Right, exactly. It was like $23.99 or $26.99.
And you'll get enough eggs that last you to next Valentine's Day.
What's better? Honestly.
Man.
That says love.
That does say love. All right, ABC 7 Eyewitness News continues streaming out loud after the break. We're back in 90 seconds.
Eyewitness News streaming at 7 continues after a break.
Back live, Chicago Auto Show 2023. The auto show opens to the public tomorrow, starting at 10 o'clock. Last day of the show is Monday, February 20th. Roz has been running around here all morning long, showing us all the latest and greatest and all kinds of new things that are coming up. So you got that to look forward to. And of course, the big show that's coming up, the 2023 Chicago Auto Show. JR, Ryan, Tracy, Roz, Val are all going to be out here for that. That special 1 hour live special streams also exclusively where you're watching this newscast right now, abc7chicago.com, and on our connected TV apps. Man, what a morning this has been. And it's so nice to see the show back in its full form all the way across both halls. I haven't even seen the other hall yet. So much to do out here, ladies, and you can come out here tomorrow and you've got, the next week and a half, 2 weeks to enjoy it.
Yeah, and if you want to come out ahead of everyone when it opens to the public tomorrow, as you just learned, you can buy a ticket tonight and come out to see the first look and donate to charity.
Yep, and I know that Val, you and Ryan are going to be hosting that tonight, right?
We're hosting a red carpet something or another, yeah, but not that actually. A lot of our team will be there and our colleagues. I know Judy and Ravi will be there as well. They'll be on stage actually presenting. So it will be a heavily attended ABC 7.
I want to see what you're going to wear. Can you show me a picture?
No.
I will.
Okay, good.
Or you might just have to see it
No, I
tonight.
don't want to wait. Show me a picture.
I know you might be asleep on this shift, right? I'm going to have to try to stay awake and hang out with everybody tonight. But, Terrell, you going to stay out there and do the 11 from McCormick Place?
I am. Yeah, we're still.
Okay.
I got to make some phone calls now. But, yeah, we're going to try to hang out here and even do the 11 out here today.
Okay. Well, then I get to see you a little bit later.
I'll see you too.
Hey. Oh, nice. All right, come on out here. We got a party. There's food, drinks. We've got dancers that are coming in. We got.
What?
Just playing. I'm just playing.
Just kidding.
Us, the dancers.
Oh, yeah, right. All right, bye. See you later. Thank you so much for watching Eyewitness News at 7 a.m., everyone. For all of us here, have a great weekend.
This has been Eyewitness News streaming at 7. Now, an update from ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Good morning. It is 7:56. I'm Tanya Babbage. Today, the city of Aurora will remember civic icon Fred Rogers. A visitation will be held at 3 this afternoon. His funeral is at 6 o'clock tonight. Both memorials will take place at the Cathedral of Grace St. John AME Church in Aurora. Rogers died last month at the age of 77. Stay with us. We'll check on weather and traffic up next.
Good morning to you. Look at that sky. Beautiful blue sky out there. Temperature-wise, we're at 33 at O'Hare, 34 in Gary, 34 in Joliet, some 20s that are out there this morning too. Overall, magnificent amounts of sunshine today and throughout the weekend. Tomorrow, we're going to be up into the 40s. Now, tomorrow is going to be a little bit breezy around the area, winds out of the northwest. And so we'll probably deal with wind chills in the 30s here much of the day tomorrow. Sunday, however, looking super with sunshine on Super Bowl Sunday. Diane.
It is getting very busy out there this morning, Tracy. Everybody probably delayed their exit until right around now. It's getting to be very busy, and especially as far as incidents go. But I want to start with the fire first. We've got Calhoun Avenue south of 99th Street. Some fire activity happening there with a house on fire. So you've got a lot of fire equipment blocking the intersection there. So if you're wondering what that's all about, that's what's going on there. A stall inbound on the Eisenhower near Independence on the shoulder, but it's still causing a huge backup. So I think people are stopping to take a look at that. Then we've got northbound on the Tri-State approaching Roberts Road. We have a crash there that's causing a pretty massive delay, and another one for you out in Joliet, Cherry Hill Road and Laraway Road.